Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is now August the 27th to the 29th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.
The only way you're gonna learn karate is by following what I do and practicing. Totally agree. Just waiting on you to teach moves that are a little bit more challenging. You want moves that are more challenging? Is that it? That'd be great. Whoa! That was really close.
Blaze, leave him alone.
Back off, Ravi.
Mr. Strong, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing so good. How are you guys?
Doing good. It's good weather here in LA.
Yeah, it's a little cold. It's been so bipolar lately, so I'm over it.
That's good.
Doing good, feeling strong. Boom.
I was waiting for it. Someone's got to do some joke, right?
So, hello everyone. Welcome to a very special interview of the Morphin Network. We have Blaze from Power Rangers Beast Morphers himself, and also Robo Blaze. Don't forget, yes, guys, he was also a robot, android.
That's right.
Colby Strong. Hello, Colby. How are you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for having me.
Colby, can you tell us how you get started with acting?
Yeah, it's been quite a process, but it all started when I was 13, and a friend of mine recommended to audition for the school musical. I was just in junior high, 7th grade, and I was like, I don't know, I never really considered acting, but I was always kind of like a natural performer when I was a kid, you know, with my family and stuff. But I mean, we never considered that could be an option or whatever. But yeah, and then I just did this musical, and I just kind of fell in love with it, and I never stopped. So, you know, it went from, I don't know, I did every sport for a day. You know, my family was trying to find my thing, and I never had a thing, you know, and even we tried ice skating, and that didn't work. Like, we just didn't find what I wanted to do. And then I found acting, you know, kind of on my own at my right timing. So that was fun. And then it just kind of went from there, and was doing musicals around Salt Lake City a lot. That's what started, was musicals. And then I got with my acting agent to do film when I was 17, which is 10 years ago now, which is crazy. So it's just kind of this process to get to where I am now. So it's a lot.
Yes, doing the grind.
That's right.
Stay in the grind, have that mama mentality. So
Always grinding, still grinding, like so hard, like, you know, 14 years later.
Kobe, we know you for quite possibly one of the best recurring villains in Power Rangers, Blaze. Can you tell us what the audition process was like for Power Rangers Beast Morphers?
Yeah, I know. You guys had sent the questions over, so I was like reviewing them, and I was like, I can't believe it's been almost 3 years. Like, where did that time go? Like, it's pretty insane. But yeah, so April 2018, April 2018. My manager got me initially the audition for the comedic duo. And there was like no names or anything like that. Like, it wasn't like brother and sister at the time, Ben and Betty. Like, it just is very generic at the start. And I think that that's what they do every Ranger season for the most part, if there are comedic duos and stuff like that. But like knowing my typecast, like, which anybody listening, like typecast is what you're normally getting cast as in acting. So like I kind of already had an idea, and I was like, I don't think that I really fit like what like the comedic duo is. It's usually I'm probably gonna be like a ranger. So I was talking to her and I was like, I want to read for a ranger. And she was like, no, don't rock the boat. Just go in and read for them. But I'll give you the sides, like the lines for the rangers, and you can ask for them to read for it. So I went in dressed completely like the Red Ranger, like civilian clothes, but looked, like the part, because I was like, this is what I want to play. I don't want to be the comedic duo. I want to be a ranger. And no shame to the comedic duo, like Ben and Betty are amazing. But yeah, I just knew what I wanted. And so I went in and I asked if I could read for a ranger, and they were like, we're not auditioning right now for that, but I'll pass your tape on to Iris. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, yes, like this is what I need. So anyway, a month later, so just so much time passed. And then a month later, I got a call saying that they want to see you as a ranger. So I went in, did that. Sorry, this is probably so much detail, but maybe everybody loves it. I have no idea. But I went in a month later and I did the scene, and then they wanted me to show some fighting stuff. Well, I had never thrown a punch in my life. It was really, really bad, you guys, really bad. Like, we'll never talk about it in public. So that's all you need to know. And so they were so supportive and so sweet, and Iris was amazing. And she was like, like your read was really strong, but we need someone that's, capable of fighting. But they're like, we really like you. So we're going to send you off to Mike Chat. If you guys know who Mike Chat is, and we're going to have you train with him. And I was over the moon. I was like, yes, I will train. I will work so hard to get this, and all this stuff. So, I went there and, did that, and it pretty much was a 2-month process after that, or 3 maybe. It was a long time. We had one call back in between there, but I pretty much just trained with Mike Chat, and all of us just went in, and that's where I met Jacqueline. That's where I met Abraham, which is insane because me and Abraham worked together. Like, we did some little fight in class, and now we're best friends. It's pretty crazy, and we talk about that a lot. And so that was that experience, and then we 4 months later, we went to the screen test, which was 24 final people, and that's where I met everybody that got cast. And funny story, Jacqueline and I were looking around because you can kind of tell who your competition is. So like I was like, where's the blonde white boys? Like I was looking around and I was the only one. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm the only blonde white boy. Like this is a huge, like, okay, like maybe I can book. But Jacqueline and I were friends at the time, and we looked, and we were the only white people in the room that were blonde. And we said, oh, it's either you or me. And so we were like, you and I are going to fill that slot, because obviously Rangers is so inclusive. And so it's kind of fits these like spots. And so we were like, well, it's either you or me, and I love you if you get it. And, and that's kind of how we had that moment. Like we were like, and then it was just crazy that we both booked. Like, that's insane. So, but yeah, so after that, I got a call saying I didn't get a ranger, and I was like, okay. But then they wanted to see me as the villain, and I was like, I don't want to put on, I thought they wanted me to put on the Evox suit and like run around and, do the Evox voice or something. I had no idea what they wanted from that as the villain. And Iris was like, no, this is like a cool role, and you have a suit and like all this stuff. So then I read the sides, and I was like, actually, it's amazing. And I went in, met with Chip, and I got a call the next day. So I know that was a long story, but it was 4 months of an audition process, and it was just crazy.
But hey, like your character is actually one of my favorite characters, because I love Enter and the Sentai. I'm actually glad they adapted again, like I mentioned earlier. Like so Blaze.
Yes.
Yes. And we're actually glad they actually got the red suit in the beginning of the first season 1. So right,
same. I know, because I didn't know any of that stuff until I had watched some of the episodes of Go Busters, and then I was like, oh, like this, like the red suit is the best suit ever. Like I'm not even being biased. Like it is the best looking suit. And I was like, can you believe that they only allowed that for, is it only 1 episode on, Go Busters?
Yeah, see?
So it's like that second, like his second morph or whatever at the end. I was like, that's torture. So I'm so glad that the suit got justice in our show because it is beautiful.
Yeah, so that goes to my next question, Colby. So, can you tell us experience while filming Power Rangers?
Yeah. Do you want to lead me in a direction? I mean, it's such a huge question.
Action scenes,
hours, like all the good stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot for sure. You're getting pretty much hired as a New Zealand local. So New Zealand has a completely different way of working, you know what I mean? And they work really long hours. And so that was just something we were all adjusting to, but we all were troopers and we really pushed through. But it was a lot for sure, really exhausting, and you work 6 days a week. But amazing, of course. And the things that you learn and it was pretty much just a boot camp. That's why I tell everybody, I'm like, I went over to New Zealand. You're filming in New Zealand, you become a local. Like I tell everybody, I'm like, I feel like I'm part Kiwi at heart and I know the country so well now. Like you don't get that with every show. You book something in LA, and like I recently just booked a project and I go and work and I'm 10 minutes away from the studio. Like that's so different, and so taking that in and be able to film in all these amazing locations, like the beach day in episode 2, season 2, and things like that, and then just the stunts, like learning how to fight. And like I was saying, like I did not know how to throw a punch, so going from there to then again season 2 episode 2, really proud of that fight scene, as when Blaze gets revealed as Robo Blaze or whatever, and they have that huge fight. Like that's all me, and me and Rory were like, we're gonna push through and we're gonna do this, like no stunt doubles, like we're doing this. And for the most part there was no stunt doubles in that fight. And it's like going from there to there, like so proud to be able to work with some of the best stunt, performers ever, and be able to just learn from them, and they're legends, so that it was just an amazing experience. And the cast, like we're so tight, and it just, you can't even explain how amazing the experience was. It was amazing.
I would say some of my favorite moments from like fight scene wise was the work with that you and Rory did, because you guys, I can tell, because I'm a stickler for when it comes to action scenes and stuff like that. You guys put a lot of heart into your fight scenes. Yeah,
I mean, it was almost like, I don't want to sound dramatic, I'm just trying to find a word for it, like dangerous. Like when we said we committed, like because stunts are hard, like, and people that can do them are amazing, because you pretty much have to try to punch somebody and then not punch them and not hurt them, but you have to give it the force that you're gonna punch them. So me and Rory were just like we're tired and we're like, let's just get it, like let's get this take, so we're like those are real, like we were just like going at it. So maybe that's not the best example of like actual real stunt performing, but we were dedicated and we wanted to get it. And there were so many beautiful scenes that they gave me and Rory for fighting. And I'm just, it was so fun. And they really, at the beginning, when we trained with stunts, they saw that I wasn't that great. Like I had no training. So they were like, okay, we're going to have the stunt performers doing a lot for me at the beginning. And like that first fight in the first episode was so difficult that day. It was a lot, and I had never done anything like that before. And so they were like, okay, like maybe we'll take it easy on Colby and not give him anything crazy, because it was a lot. And then by episode 12, when you see me with the sword and I'm unmorphed, that was the first time I'd ever done anything like that again, and I was so proud. And then from there, they were like, I think I proved myself, and they were like, wow, like we're gonna give Colby more. So by season 2, I'm just always unmorphed for a lot of the fights, and it was amazing. Or that one was Steel, like, and yes. I think I posted it, but anyone watching, I put it on my I got a lot of the footage, and they cut through a lot of the scene because obviously the episodes are short, but I put the full fight on my Instagram. And so go watch it, because like I like kick Steel in the face, like I jump on it's insane, and all these things that got cut. So everybody go watch it. It's a fun time.
Do you have any fun behind the scenes moments while filming Power Rangers that obviously you can tell us that would not expose any of your castmates?
Amazing. I don't know. I feel like we just all of us were so different, to be honest. It's funny, like all of us were into different things, and like, I was always at the gym, And which is so funny because now Jazz, he was always so busy though. That's why, because I was like, let's go to the gym. And, you know, he was always so, he was on set every single day, you know, as a Ranger. I had some days off and, you know, but like, you know, Jackie's exploring around town, trying different foods, you know what I mean? And like everybody was doing their different thing. And like Abraham and Christina would like do yoga. So it was like, we would all do our own separate things, but then we would always come together at night on the weekends and just go out to restaurants and party and dance and just kind of take over the town. And it was such a fun time. And that's what I remember most. Like, you know what I mean? Like really seeing the city together. And that's, I don't know, we all just really we all saw, I don't know, that had the same interest that way, I guess, and all wanted to do that, you know. And so every weekend we were like, okay, let's go see the city and go find a new, you know, like a new lounge or I don't know, and go hang out. So that is something. And then traveling, but I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a specific story, but I don't know. It's also been so long, you know, like we got back almost 2 years ago. So it's just like, it's insane. But if I think of one, I will tell you a specific story, but it's just, I don't know. They're the best. I love them all so much, and we really just had the best time.
So before we continue, so Colby, a good friend of yours from New Zealand wants to say hi. It's Scrawl.
Oh my God. Campbell. Oh my gosh. Can he hear me? Like he's watching?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's watching us right now.
Oh my gosh. Campbell, I miss you so much. I hope you're doing so well. He's the best. Can you believe, like, I know, he like does voices for like everything and just brilliant. Yeah. So hi Campbell.
He's been in the game for about a decade now.
Yeah,
so
like what a legend. Like you're just like, you're taking over the whole franchise, right? Like goals, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's go to my next question, Colby. So can you tell us what you like about Blaze, like his character trait? Like what did you love about him?
Yeah. Blaze is so cool. It was so fun. I'd never played anything like that before. So already like playing that was just so fun. And I was really trying to keep him rooted. Like, honestly, like I did legitimate character work, and whether the demographic that they are writing for are for like 6 to 8 year olds, like that's what they were always telling us. Or like different directors would be like, remember like who this is for. And I'm like, I'm still going to tell like a truthful story of this person. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it was written actually really like well through, you know, like I worked my butt off to get this, like I was the top cadet to get Red Ranger. And then this kid just comes in and takes it from me. Like, no wonder I'm upset. Like, you know, and I love that. Like that really drives the whole, you know, the whole series with the Blaze and Devin feud, you know. But I feel like one thing I really, really liked and about Blaze that I kind of created, even just finding, again, like rooting the character in something, was, yes, you know, the villains are going to lose. This is, you know, like you said, like it's written for 6 to 8 year olds, but like, I'm not just going to accept that. Like I'm going to find, you know, the rooting of it, you know? And so I was, you know, so that's what I'm telling the directors and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to tell Blaze's story and I'm going to tell it well. So one thing I really liked about Blaze is, you know, even though he lost every single, you know, he would get blown up or whatever, every episode and lose, he would still come back because he knew in the end he was going to win. And I thought that was like, so what a cool thing to know. So like, yeah, the Rangers beat me this time, but like deep down, like he doesn't really care because he knows he's just going to come back and win in the end, like the end game. And so I just think that's so admirable, to be honest. Like whether your intentions are good or bad, but like that he's a villain, but you know, in the end, I think it's kind of inspiring. It's like, yeah, like you're looking at the end goal, like not all these little, you know what I mean, little things. So that's something that's kind of cool about Blaze that kind of pushed me through 2 seasons of, you know, character development, I guess. No.
I would say that like in the end, like Blaze did get a couple of W's, like especially Robo Blaze when he went to his final form and took out the Rangers. I'm like, that was one of my favorite highlights, and I actually did make that for your trailer too. But yeah, because you always gotta make the bad guy look good. So, but no, really, the final fight before Blaze gets like Robo Blaze gets like perma killed, I'm like, that was one of my favorite moments with Robo Blaze.
I know, there's such cool footage, and then, you know, them really meshing it into the Japanese footage, right, from Go Busters, like the way that they mesh it all together, like it's really seamless, and it's so believable. And so there's some really, really awesome stuff there. And obviously my episode 2 that I got, like that, when I read that script, I was like, and I was winning, like Blaze was winning for that whole episode. Like the bad guys won that episode. And like, I get chills thinking about it. Like when I was reading it, like I was just so we're almost done filming. It's the final block, like it's the final month of filming after 10 months. And I got my own episode, and Blazes gets to win for the episode, and I get to be evil and good, and it was so fun. And so I'm just so grateful for that episode.
Cody, can you tell us about the process in filming your special episode on Disney Channel series Andi Mack?
Yeah, my cousin
Yes,
loves
Andi
it.
Mack. Yes, so crazy. So that I filmed in Utah. So beautiful thing about Utah, and that's just happenstance. Like, what are the odds that I'm in kind of like a little film hub that I start, but that was one of the first big things I ever booked. I don't even remember the audition process at all, but because this is 2016. But I think I had just maybe graduated college, and then I'm getting cast, and these kids are 12 years old, I think, you know what I mean? And it's cool because all of those kids have gone on now and are super famous and successful. And it was so cool to be kind of among them as I just graduated college with my degree in acting. And I was like, okay, like, this is so awesome to be at this kind of top level, like Disney Channel show. Right. We didn't know what Andi Mack was going to become, because obviously it was season 1, but how cool that it became like, the next Lizzie McGuire pretty much. So, it was super fun. I was only on set one day. They kind of took over this little town called Magna, Utah, and made it into their little city. And I think it's called the Urban Spoon or the Spoon. I can't remember, but we were in there, and I'm acting with these these 12-year-olds, you know what I mean? But not in like a degrading way. Like, they were so talented and amazing. And I'm like, you guys are insane, and it was such a cool experience. So it was cool to meet them. And I wish Kip had more, screen time and was able to be in more scenes, but it was such a fun little project to be a part of, and really a great thing for my resume to then come out to Utah or come out to LA and try to get a manager. So it definitely helped.
I'll say this: Andi Mack was actually one of the underrated Disney Channel series I ever watched. And
I feel like it didn't get a lot of, for sure.
Yeah, because my cousin actually watched her episode, so this is actually her question.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Well, tell her thank you for asking.
Yeah, so Charlotte, you got your answer wished. So the next question for you, Colby, is actually something I actually watched and actually did like. Can you tell us about your film, Deidre and Lainey, Rob a Train? All right.
Oh, right. Wally. We gotta love Wally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of these are, Utah projects. So such cool stepping stones in my career that I'm so grateful for. Netflix, they found their shooting location and they cast all these supporting roles in Utah. Funny thing enough, I had dyed my hair. Like, I was like, I want to be blonde, not thinking that I wasn't blonde. Like, I just should have gotten highlights like Blaze. Like, Blaze they gave me highlights, and now I was all of a sudden blonde. But I thought I was like a brunette. And so I bleached my hair, and it was a disaster, and it was like yellow and not great. And then I got this audition. So then I go in, and he's this like dorky, like, his name's Wally. Like, you know what I mean? But I go in and I look like an Arby's worker, and I go in with my like visor backwards, and no shame on Arby's. Arby's is amazing. Yeah, right. The curly fries. Don't talk to me about them. So I go in and I met with casting, and it kind of was just so out of my league, I feel like. And then I booked, and I was like, what? And I honestly think it's because I had this bleached hair, and I was this, so thank God for my yellow bleached hair that I booked this role. So then I'm this, bleach blonde, like kind of interesting character that they wrote in. And my friend Tua, and it was me and him, and I forget what his name is, but it was Wally, and and we were the two guys, and with Maiko, who is the kind of the head guy in the show. But what a fun little thing. And that's where I met Ashley Murray, and it was right when she booked Riverdale, but she hadn't filmed it yet. So it's just like all of these awesome experiences with these actors, and just like, just putting yourself on that level with them. And it was so inspiring. And I was like, I know that's what I want, And so that was really fun. And then being able to go to Sundance was just insane. Like, I was in a Sundance film that premiered, and it just is so surreal. And that was such a cool little experience. Even though I was just a kind of tiny part in the show, it was still really cool to be a part of. Again, also awesome for my resume to come out and get a manager in LA. Like, yeah, it was such a fun little experience. What a fun little film. Everybody go support it.
Definitely, guys, go watch it because I watched it like last week and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's fun, and it got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was this is amazing. Like, I don't know what it's at now, but you know, it's probably around there, and it's like, yes, like, and another kind of overlooked, you know, film. I wish it had gotten more recognition, but everybody go watch it.
One of my favorite times of the year, Kobe, you were part of a movie called Sharing Christmas on Hallmark, which, funny enough, my girlfriend watched it, funny enough, and she told me about it.
It's still playing, and they do like Christmas in July, so like it's gonna be all over Hallmark and Christmas, so everybody go support that.
Can you tell us your experience while filming Sharing Christmas?
Yeah. I also love that you guys are bringing up these in order. I don't know if that's you meant to do that, but it really was this kind of, you know, Andi Mack one day on set, and then, you know, Deidre and Laney was like 4 days maybe, but all very seldom, or maybe only 2 or 3. And then Sharing Christmas was my first like kind of supporting role, like bigger role. You know, I was number 5 on the call sheet, and that was really big for me. And I moved to LA October 2017. That was my first time, you know, like I left the house and I was like, I'm going to go do this career. And the day I moved, I got the call in Utah to go back to Utah and film Sharing Christmas. And I was like, this is crazy. So I go back, like it was a month later that we filmed, but I was on set for 7 days, and that was the longest I'd ever been on set. And so I just learned so much about like hitting your mark, you know, and for anybody that doesn't know that term, it's like, you know, you need to stand in a certain place for camera to get you in focus. You can't just step wherever, right? So it's like hitting your mark and like doing these like this, you know, kind of like learning all the techniques of film. It was such a fun experience, and made some great friends on there, and yeah, it was such a fun little project to be a part of, you know, and I really aspire to play a bunch of different roles. So it's fun to go and play Toby, and then you watch Blaze, and it's these two completely different people, you know? And so that's what I want my whole career. And so it's cool that I kind of was establishing it that way. But yeah, Sharing Christmas is fun, you know? I check Hallmark off the list, do these little, you know, stepping stones, you know, Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Yeah, you got Nickelodeon.
Next is Broadway.
Broadway.
I know. I was going to move to New York and do plays. That's honestly what I wanted to do after I graduated college. And then a friend of mine told me, you know, hey, have you been to LA? And I was like, no. And I don't know why I didn't think about, you know, film for my career. I guess I just loved plays so much. And that's kind of what my training was acting in theater. Obviously it applies to film too. It's just a little different. And then I went to LA and then fell in love with it. And I was like, I want to be a film actor, but also do Broadway plays. So that's a goal for sure.
Yes.
Broadway plays. We need you to we gotta get you into voice acting, do like a cameo in a game or two.
Yeah.
What else?
Write it down, a checklist, and
podcasting.
Podcasting. I mean, you can put a toy because you're technically already a toy, right? So, yes.
Nothing's gonna beat that. Like I tell so many people, like nothing's gonna beat my face on. Also, it's the suit.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing. It's epic. And I'm not being biased. Like it's insane. I'm so grateful to have a Lightning figure. It's insane.
Yes.
Thank you, Hasbro.
Yeah, thank you, Hasbro. Now, thank you. No, thank you. So, to my next question is, Colby, do you have any advice that you can tell to any aspiring actor or actress that want to be in the industry or entertainment world? You know, as well.
Yeah. That's a huge question. I'm trying to think of like really helpful tips. The first one, I think, I'm really big into manifesting right now, and pretty much manifestation is like you have to see what you want. And I have this friend in my life right now, and he's like, you know, do you know what you want? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, but what does it look like? And then I can't explain it. And it's like, well, how do you know what you want if you can't see it? So I think that's the first thing, like really see what you want out of your life, and like the best case scenario of your life. Like, what does that look like? And be specific. Like, it's not, I want, I don't know, an Oscar. It's like, well, what do you want an Oscar for? Like, what projects do you want to be working on, right? Like, you have to see those things, because then you're going to know, like, if you want to be the next Keanu Reeves, like, you know what you have to do doing specific type of training, or, you know what I mean? Like the type of people that you need to be meeting, or, like your interest in what type of roles you want to play, like you got to see that. So that's a huge thing, I would say. Kind of really sit down and see what you want out of your future, because you can make it happen. You just have to see it. But another thing too, and that really helped me, I'm glad you guys kind of brought up the other projects, the smaller ones, is I started in a smaller market. And then I came to LA and I got a manager my first trip to LA. And that doesn't happen very often. A lot of people come here and grind, which is, yes, you can grind here in LA too. But it's also, you get onto Andi Mack. Like when I met with an agent when I first came here, and she didn't believe my resume. Like she's like, where did you get these credits? Like super skeptical. And I was like, I got them in Salt Lake City, Utah. And she like didn't believe it. Like she's like, you've got these and you don't have rep. And I was like, yeah, like I don't live here. And so it's like I got those, and the competition is way less crazy if you're in a smaller market. So Salt Lake City, Toronto, or Vancouver, there's a million things shooting. So if you're in Canada, or there's a way you can go work in Canada, I don't know anything about that, but Georgia, Austin, Texas, I hear is kind of growing. It's very artistic already. I don't know, I'm trying to think of maybe even Las Vegas, Nevada. Like everybody, there's even just getting commercials. Like you just need to start working, getting experience on set, because people can feel that. They can feel when, like casting directors, they can feel when you haven't worked, or when you're seasoned and you have worked, and that's who they want to work with, you know what I mean? And then you just keep building up. But I think another thing is patience too. Like you hear my story, like I've had a million little breaks, you know what I mean? Power Rangers is a little break, and but I haven't completely broken through. And now this next job, and then it's going to just keep going. And it's like, you need to be patient and also know how bad you want it, I do some coaching on the side, and I had one of the guys I coach say, like, hey, can you pick me back up and tell me to keep going? And I was like, I can. I'm also just concerned that you can't pick yourself back up. Like, how bad do you want it? Like, what do you see for yourself? Because like my whole career is like self-motivated, and not that I don't get motivation from others and support. And it's always good to just hear, hey, you need to keep going. And of course, that you need that validation. But it's also knowing like you don't only need that validation, you need yourself, and that's all you need, because you see what you want, So I don't know, that's like a lot of answers, but if you want it, you can do it. Like there's so many, especially now, there's so many projects, there's so much television. Like Paramount Plus just came out, like they're gonna have originals. None of us have even been auditioning for Paramount Plus originals. That will soon be a thing that we're all auditioning for. So it's like, that's gonna just keep growing. Like I auditioned for a Crackle series, and it was actually amazing. I love the script. I was like, I want to be a part of this, So it's like, there's so much material out there, but you need to start training and start working. If you haven't, or if you're still going though, and you love it, like keep going. Like it's going to work. You just got to find a way to, make money until then. And that's hard. I get it. I'm still doing that. It's hard, but we love it. And that's why we do it.
That's right. Be passionate, guys. And that's great advice. So listen to Colby, or Coach Colby.
That's right.
I may have many answers, but those are many answers that people actually do need. So
yeah. And I hope that that's helpful, because I know that it's just like people ask that question a lot, and I think a lot of actors don't really provide that info. But that's just from my experience. Obviously, it's such a loaded question, but you just gotta have the motivation. You gotta love, like, and ask yourself, why are you doing it? And I had to do that with myself the other day. I had to say, hey, let's do like a check back in. Why am I acting? Why am I chasing this? Like, what am I getting from it? And because you can get distracted by things that don't matter, And so I'm like, okay, I found my why I'm doing this, and that's all that matters. So another thing, find your why.
That's right.
Always find your why, people. Always find your why.
Yeah, and everything.
I might reinstall Crackle, only because I uninstalled it because they took John Carpenter's The Thing off, and I was a little upset. So
yeah, stick it to the man, right? Yeah, I don't even know what the show's called. I don't even know if I'm allowed to. I don't think it's a confidential thing. Anyway, there's this really awesome like psychological teen thriller thing or whatever coming out on Crackle, and I'm actually like super fan of it. So I'm like, I actually really want to watch it. So I'm like, I don't remember the name of it, but it's cool. So anyway, reinstall Crackle.
but I'm gonna do it right after this. but like, yeah. So like Paramount Plus, Peacock is a thing now. So yeah, so hopefully
Abraham,
Peacock.
right?
Yeah.
If
Mhm.
anyone,
Saved by
you
the
know,
Bell.
Abraham's on Saved by the Bell. You know, so it's exciting. There's so much material, and obviously none of us have money for 1 million streaming services. It's insane. There's gonna have to be a bundle one day. But until then, you know.
Thankfully, Hulu got it right, because like you get Disney Plus, you get Hulu and ESPN Plus for like discount prices, so that's good.
They knew it was coming, so it definitely is a smart business move for sure.
Leo.
So Kobe, my final question to you. Okay, that you can tell us, because you know FDA and all that stuff.
NDA.
Are there any NDA? My bad. Are there any upcoming projects that you can tell the fans out there that you are going to be part of?
It's so hard because I feel like I can say, but then I'm like, maybe I can't. So I can't. I'm gonna just on the safe side. I'm not gonna say what it is. But there is something coming. It's very exciting. I'm filming next week. And some really great auditions and some, you know, I'm excited. I'm really excited for what's coming, and like I'm manifesting, I can see it happening, and so it's gonna happen. It's really exciting. But I will maybe just say, in a completely different subject, that maybe people should start subscribing to HBO Max. So
already got HBO Max. Well, not really my account. It's our co-host Mike's. So
we do what we have to do. We do what we have to do.
So yeah, I got HBO Max. I will gladly.
If you got HBO Max, you might. I don't know. You might see my face somewhere. So we'll see.
If you are Ra's al Ghul's son, I will support it. If you're Damian Wayne, I support that too. If you are Connor Kent, I support that. If you're any DC character, if you become live action Terry McGinnis, I support that.
All of the above. Let's manifest it.
Or,
Let's do it.
Or in Disney Plus. I don't know. Disney Plus here. Let's see.
All right, Hasbro, go to the side. Warner Brothers, let me tell you something. If you're trying to do a live action Batman Beyond movie still, here's Kobe. He's got the Terry McGinnis look. Just saying.
That's
There you go.
All right. So,
There's so much material. So there's so many possibilities. I know everything will be created one day. Like, you know what I mean? Which is so exciting, you know?
yeah.
Like expanding the Batman universe or whatever. Like, it's all going to happen. It's so exciting.
So all right, guys. Now we go to the fan questions and comments. Colby, do you want to say hi to your fans? Well, of course, comments.
Hey guys, what's up?
Go, guys. So first off, we have Paratamish. He wants to say greetings from Mama India. Hello, Paratamish.
Hi, India. Hi. Wait, how do you say his name? I want to say it right.
Paratamish Masukar.
Barathamish. Nice to meet you. Thank you for saying hello.
Every time he says it's great to be human.
We didn't even talk about the musical episode. What the heck, right? So great.
Yeah, tell us, what was your experience like doing It's Great to Be Human?
Yeah, so fun. I mean, what the heck, right? And it was like, it's perfect. Abraham like ate it up, like he killed it, and it was such a like they'd never done anything like that before, and then they just told us, and we were like, what? So then like on our off days we're rehearsing, which is so exciting because I don't know if people know this, but Liv Tennant, right, who plays Dr. K, she choreographed it all. So like she's also a dancer. So she choreographed it, killed it. So awesome to work with her, and in so many different ways. And yeah, and it was so fun. Like again, like just like what a cool experience to be a part of. It was fulfilling our High School Musical dreams, right? So we just had a blast, and you know, it really is just like a fun little like that's how every episode should be. It should be unique and like just push the boundaries. Like why not a musical episode? So we were honored to be the first. It was so fun.
Yep, we're all in this together, guys. Wink.
I will say this right now. Ryan gave It's Great to Be Human a solid 10 out of 10 and would not stop talking about it for the last 2.5 months after the show was over.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, the whole episode in general is so cool. Like I have that was the only fight I had ever had with Abraham, which was cool. And like me and one of the Robotrons or whatever were like moving the Morphex, and then they come and I'm fighting. I guess I'm technically fighting Steel, but no, I'm fighting both, I guess. Yeah, and that was really fun. I got to do Unmorphed with my sword. with Robo Blaze's sword, which was different and it was much longer and lighter, and it was so fun and cool. And so that was a fun fight. And then I'm Good Blaze and dancing. Like, how ideal is that I get to be both? What an honor. It's so fun.
So Thomas Frank says, my question is for Colby is, if you were to pick 10 Evil Rangers team up with, can be from the TV series or comics?
You guys, I don't know 10. Oh my gosh. I wish I knew 10. But I will say, yes, you can answer, but Tanaya 7 has to be in there.
All right, so Tanaya 7, and you can
Tanaya 7.
These guys because they are Evil Rangers. So here you go.
Yes, now that's my childhood. Like this, like In Space is my childhood. So Evil Rangers. You know that one movie where it's like kind of hidden. Like there's a Rangers movie out there, and the Evil Rangers come and they pretend like they have their costumes. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? And they have like they have Evil the Evil Rangers, all of the, what are they called? Psycho Rangers. Psycho Rangers are dressed up as the actual Rangers, and they go and like wreak havoc on the city, acting like they're the normal Rangers or something. Oh, it's a movie, but I don't think you could find it anywhere. But it's amazing, and I watched that all the time when I was a kid. So all the Psycho Rangers can be there. I grew up watching Turbo, so Diva Talks, like she's actually a legend. So so she can be on there too. But I don't even know all there's so many. Ivan Ooze. Also, these actors are actually so amazing. Like, brilliant acting. So, yeah, all of them.
You saying Leo?
I was going to say, for my Evil 10.
Yeah, tell me.
Let's see. Obviously, I got to put Robo Blaze in there, but I'm gonna put Blaze and Robo Blaze because they're honestly completely different characters when you think about it.
Okay.
Because one dies like Kenny from South Park, but he keeps coming back. But he gets stronger, so that's the best part. Every time he dies, he just gets stronger.
I like that.
Korag from Mystic Force, the Evil White Ranger from Dino Thunder.
Yeah.
Psycho Blue because Wally Ringert's our good friend.
Okay.
The Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue. Tanaya 7 because Tanaya 7 was she grew on me after I rewatched RPM. I would say Venjix Evox for like both of them.
Yeah.
And Zed and Rancic.
I know now. That's so true. Like I'm not even thinking of Zed or obviously like Repulsa. Like there's so many like, and also everyone's so different. You know what I mean? It's cool that all of them are so uniquely different, and I get to be a part of that family. Like how cool.
Yeah. For me, all Psycho Rangers. You and your Robo version. Rancic, Tanaya 7, Zed, and Rita Repulsa. So, bam.
Wow. You guys knew. You guys had that question ready.
Yeah. Let's see. Kartamish has, have you seen any clips or episodes of the Go Busters? And also, do you study your villain counterpart and enter?
Yeah, it's hard. Because I think the hard thing about that is I think I could have pulled certain things from him. Like I think I would have liked to maybe adapt some of like his flamboyancy as enter. I really liked that, and I thought that was really unique. But the way that I am subject to how they write me as the writers, so I'm like they were writing him very like Blaze is like macho and like just like he didn't have like the ability to be that flamboyant character, and so you go with obviously what is written and you create from there. So it was kind of this balance of like I like that, but how do I adapt that and do all that stuff. But I don't know, just I don't know, maybe it's his relentlessness, but again, it's just finding that grounding, but the thing I love about Go Busters too is it's actually pretty violent, and that's really cool. Like what is that one fight? It's amazing with all of them, and he's just doing his sword. It's Robo Blaze at the end of season. It's probably the finale, probably. But he like stabs the Red Ranger in like the eyes or his throat or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like brutal. They would never do that for Nickelodeon, but there's things like that it's like, oh, like if only this was like Marvel or something, like let's stab Devin in the throat. In the nicest way. Just so cool.
Before the next question, Kobe, I gotta ask this. I'm pretty sure you made it. You said on IG. Did Blaze kind of look like Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Did you ever get that?
Oh my gosh, what? Wait, who's Dennis? I haven't seen Always Sunny. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, so there's a character in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There was a meme that said like when like evil counterpart and alternate reality, and they say you look like Dennis from Always Sunny.
Okay. I don't know anything about the character of Dennis, but yeah, like I can see it for what I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's different angles and stuff, and hair if it's pushed back, right? He probably has better hair for the action figure than I do. Like, yeah, that is so funny. I see it, but I don't think I said it on IG, or you're saying other people were saying it.
Other people had said it.
Got it. Oh my god, I never saw that. That's so fun.
There's also one thing. So people in TikTok actually called you Johnny. Well, what's Johnny Lawrence from Karate Kid. Like your version looks like Johnny Lawrence.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, you're getting that already because he does play karate, but then yeah, like, and it's so funny. Like as soon as I got back, one of my first auditions, it didn't end up going through because it wasn't a full audition. They were just choosing actors, like, so it went offer only. But it was almost me in Cobra Kai, which I thought was like, what are the odds of that? You know what I mean? So I don't know which character it was, but yeah, so funny.
Oh damn, man! I wish you were in Cobra Kai. I love Cobra Kai, so damn, I wish you were in it.
He won't leave me alone about Cobra Kai. He won't stop.
I know I've never seen it, but everyone talks about it, so I need to watch it.
So Kevin Secretly, actually from Rangers Top, is asking, saying, Colby, bro, you and Leon are incredible. Able to do seriously best in Psych Rangers. Aw,
that's so nice. Thank you. Honestly, like, just you don't have that. Like even this season right now, Dino Fury, that's what it's called.
Yes.
It's like, they don't have those evil. Like it's such an honor that we were able to like be a part of the Ranger team in a different way, especially because it wasn't only one. Like it would have been so different. It was only me. Like it was me and Liana, and what a cool thing. And me and her have our own conflicts sometimes. And what a cool, like, I'm just grateful that it was our season and that I was able to play that. Like, it's so cool. So thank you.
Javier Alejandro Lopez says, you were such an epic villain. Hope to one day meet you in person. Yes.
Power Morphicon, you guys.
Morphicon
2022. Let's go.
I know. Literally, it's like every time I see an announcement, it's another year. And I was like, me and Abraham are ready. Like we were like, let's go. We just want to go. It's gonna be so fun. So next year, and it'll just be Dino Fury and Beast Morphers, and we'll just make it work.
Yeah, I legit live like 10 minutes away from the convention center too, in Pasadena. So
no way, in Pasadena? Amazing.
Yeah, we're 10 minutes away. So.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Yeah, because the only one we had been to was down in Anaheim, which was so fun. It was a blast, and that was just Jacqueline and I running around with our friend from Utah, and it was just like we're just wreaking havoc, and and she got announced, but then no one knew that I wasn't announced, so everyone just knew I was just the friend with her, and I was like, nobody knows, and it was fun.
Kyle Goldfinch, I like your name. How did you approach the role of Blaze in terms of the relationship with Roxy? Did you see it play it more a big brother / little sister bickering vibes?
That's a good point. I wish that maybe it was a little bit more established of our like relationship before we turned evil, because that's something that really didn't get hashed out now that I really think about it. So it's like things could have like followed through with that, but I guess we were just friends, right? Like we were the best at our job, and obviously like good Roxy is a lot more like kind and like a lot more like lighthearted, right? And Blaze is a little bit more like focused or determined, but so which is a cool thing for her. To have that huge switch or whatever, but there wasn't that much to be established. So it kind of was like, and especially walking in, they were like, okay, you're evil. You're going to be good in one episode, and now you're evil. So it was us just focusing on that relationship. So that's a good question. I don't really know it didn't feel like big, like brother and sister though. It felt just like counterparts, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Next question. Question is, also, why did Robo Blaze and Roxy stay in their arm modes during the clip episode show?
Wait. Why did Robo Blaze and Roxy stay in their armed modes during the clip show episode? Wait, what's the clip show episode?
The villains where you kind of did like the
You're recapping all the villains and stuff like that. Like who should we bring back from the dead?
Yep. I know what you're talking about. That was a special episode that they did. That was during when all the Dino Charge, is that right? When all the Dino Charge, so we wanted so what happens is when you get really packed on days of filming, sometimes they're gonna put different Rangers in different suits, and those are the stunt doubles. So like that wasn't even us, because I think that it was just scheduling conflicts. So maybe that's weird. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that to all the people watching, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It was just scheduling. So like that's not us, and then we do voice for that. So that's why I think it was probably scheduling conflicts, but I know we fought for it because I know we wanted to be surrounded by all of those like legendary villains, you know, and I think that that's probably just what happened because of busy scheduling. But that's a good question.
David Ortega. Hey guys, hey Colby, regards from Peru. Can you say hi to all your fans here in Latin America?
Oh my gosh, it's a little overwhelming because that's crazy. I have fans in Latin America. Hello. Thank you for supporting me and my career, and then also the show. And I know how much Latin America supports Rangers, and it's just an honor to be a part of the legacy. So thank you for saying hi.
Particularly like, good question. What was it like doing a team episode with all the veteran Rangers, especially us St. John?
Like, again, spoiled with all these fun episodes. Season 2 was just chock full of them. So fun. And the family is the Ranger family is already so tight as it is. Like almost all of us already had followed each other on Instagram. Like everybody is so supportive. Like I've never met Peter from Ninja Steel, but we are so supportive of each other and like DM a lot. Like just like you know, hey, like supportive of you, he's supportive of me. But we never met in person, and that's how it was, and that's how it felt meeting everybody that came over, and especially Austin. Like, I mean, when I met him, we all were out at dinner, and it was just really overwhelming because like I watched him growing up. Like it's pretty crazy, you know what I mean? So to like meet and work with him, and obviously I didn't get to act across from him or anything, but even just being in the same episodes and sharing a episode with him and stuff was just so fun. And I don't know, this job is crazy that way. The people that you end up working with that you're like, what? Like I grew up watching you, or you know what I mean? And so it was such an awesome time. And that even the things that we did outside, you know, and traveling and going, like taking them to go see Piha Beach or whatever, and just spending time with all of them. We got all really close, and I love them all so much. All of them are so great.
Ooh, from my cousin Philippines. Can you do your Tronics hand gesture?
You guys, like, I was talking to Abraham about this because he went to a con recently, and I was like, Abraham, I was like, they are gonna ask me to do the Tronics hand, and I was like, I should have known. I shouldn't have done it in the first place. But I don't even know where it came from, you guys. That's what I want you guys to know. Like, I don't know what happened. It just happened, and now it became this thing that I yell Tronics, right? But it's this like backhand thing. I can't. I'm not gonna do the yell. I'm giving you the hand. That's what I'm giving you. You know what I mean? But it was a good time. I had to call the Tronics. It would have been weird if I said, like, I'm reading the script and it says Tronics. Like, what else? I'm not gonna say Tronics and then they come. Like, that's weird. They gotta yell it. You gotta command them.
Oh my god. Okay, you have more? Yeah, you do have a more.
They don't.
Seth, what are you doing to me? Yes. Funny story though. Liana and I never had that question. Like we never talked about Morph. Like that wasn't, we made that up, which it's so cool that we got to choose that, because obviously theirs is specific to Rangers is, but it wasn't until episode 8, right after Abraham becomes Gold Ranger, and we had never morphed together before. And we were like, I was like, this is what I do. And she's like, this is what I do. And I was like, well, shit, what are we gonna do? Like, I was like, what? We can't do different morphs. So then it became really finite on episode 8, which now I'm revealing all of our, little secrets that we should have known what. But again, it just, filming happened so fast, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, morph, and you just put it in, But then we ended up creating this cool morph that I'm really happy about. So yeah, you throw it in the back, if you guys can see. Throw it in the back, and then bring it up and show. It's cool. It was fun.
Yeah, sweet. Kyle Goldman says, I love it. Advice, hustle. Oh, your advice you said earlier. That's right.
Yeah, that's right, Kyle. Push through if you're an actor or anything. Like literally, just like know what you want, hustle.
Oh, what was it like working with Mariama Smith at Regina? Oh, from your beach episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky's aunt, forgot.
Yes, Aunt Regina. So cool, so fun. That was another thing that was really cool, especially season 2, because a lot of episodes were very different. You know, like the beach episode, that's one of my favorites. Also, I got to be good and bad in that episode and really show good Blaze. And but it was fun. It was fun to have these new actors come in, you know, only for a little episode, you know. So, and that was the only night shoot that we did. And we were at this aquarium at, you know, 3 a.m. or whatever it was, and we're recording, you know, and all of us are pushing through. And she was such a great energy to be around, to be honest. Very like calm and collected, and came and did her job, and she was great. And I think she's from Australia, if I'm correct. And I was watching, if everyone knows Love and Monsters with Dylan O'Brien. I was watching that. They came out not too long ago during the pandemic. And we're still in the pandemic, but you know what I mean. Yeah, but at kind of the beginning or middle, and I was watching it, and I was like, is that Mariama? Like, I know that person. And because they filmed in Australia, and she's in that. So she's in the bunker scene at the very beginning. So if anyone wants to watch Love and Monsters with Dylan O'Brien, she's in it. But yeah, she's super cool.
Bonjour, Monsieur Strong, have entered the chat.
Wow.
Entered.
Stop, he knows.
Entered.
So smooth.
That's cool. All right, guys, we'll do a few more, guys. Oh, it's not here, but a fan's asking. His name is It's Pratamish, but someone shout. Did you ever meet the voice of Venjix, Andrew Lang?
Yeah, so no. What happened is when they told us that Evox was Venjix, that was way later, like almost done filming, because obviously that's revealed way late in the season, probably the second episode before it's over. For the finale. And so we just had heard about it, but that was just voiceover. I think is he American?
No, he's a New Zealander.
Oh, so he's a Kiwi. Okay, so then he went in and recorded there. So it was only voiceover. So if I would have seen him, it probably would have been in passing when we were going to record, and we would always go do ADR on Fridays. Yes, or Saturdays, I can't remember now. Yeah, so I never got to meet him, but just cool that they tied it in with RPM. Like it's those things that it was like, yes, you guys are just like, you're just making it all one. And it, you know, we were like, the fans are going to lose their shit. Like we knew it. We were like, they are going to love this. And so it's cool that he was involved with that. That's cool.
Yes. All right. So,
everybody asks this question, you guys. Everyone, and like it's so funny. Does Liana have a last name, or we just know about Aunt Regina? No, she has a last.
Yeah.
I don't.
Roxy.
I feel like maybe we don't have last names. I have no idea. This is a crazy question. Maybe I should give an actual answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some basic white last name. I don't know. But also his name is Blaze. Can you believe? Like crazy. It's actually really funny. I met a guy in New Zealand named Blaze, and I was like, what? Like, I was like, I've never met a Blaze before in my life, and it just happened to be that, and I was like, what? So that's funny. But no, I don't even know. Someone give him a last name. I have no idea. It's all up to your imagination. That's why they didn't give me a last name.
What's really funny is Ryan and we were just talking about this yesterday. I'm like, I want to know who named Blaze, who names their kid Blaze. I'm like, is it supposed to be short? Is it like Benjamin Blaze Button? Is it Benjamin Blaze Alexander? What's going on? How is it like that? Right. That's like McLovin.
Right. You know, I've never thought more into it like we are right now, but you know, it could be a nickname. It could be a thing too. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe he went by that, you know, but I definitely, I think what I did instead of really finding a last name for him is I was like, why doesn't, you know, Blaze no family is introduced, nothing or whatever. And it's like, maybe because he doesn't have any. No wonder, because he's overcompensating with him having to be the best. So of course he's the best and he becomes the Red Ranger in the cadet, academy or whatever of Grid Battle Force, because maybe he doesn't have anything else, and so maybe he doesn't have a family. So I know obviously it sounds a little dark, but like maybe that's kind of what I was kind of playing with, but again, they reveal 3 episodes at a time as the writers, so you only know up to 3 episodes, and then maybe they give you parents, so it's like same with Abraham, so it's kind of hard to juggle. So you kind of just make vague choices as specifically vague as you can, so it can be malleable throughout 44 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we'll do a few more. We'll do 3 more. Boku Code is, I know what Colby was talking about. Oh, we said they would have 5 Psycho Rangers and 2-hour film. Oh, is that the film we talked about? The Psycho Rangers?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, that sounds like it.
Oh, I didn't know.
It is a VHS. It's a VHS. Like my whole childhood, like it was amazing. But that's crazy that they made it into a.
It's this one.
Like, should I? Like I'm on my way. Like I'm coming over tonight to watch it. That is insane. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And there's like the blue one dies first, and then the yellow or the pink.
Yeah.
Pink dies first. Then
yes,
blue.
Because then the evil is black, yellow, and red at the end.
Yeah.
You guys. I don't watch I haven't seen a lot of Power Rangers, but dang, I better find a VHS player.
So, Boken, thank you. I actually am like, wait, I'm like, oh, so here it is.
Kobe, in case you want to know, Ryan has a collection of Power Ranger tapes in his room.
Amazing. Which those are gonna be worth millions one day, But you can't sell them because you can't find this. I didn't know it was 5 episodes put together into a movie. That's insane. You got to keep that forever. It's amazing.
Definitely, and now it's hard to find too. So.
Oh yeah.
There's no way. I bet. Yeah. Well, and it's also called what? Power Rangers in Space, the movie.
Yeah, it's legit. Here we go. Movie.
It's just called In Space, right?
Are you?
Yeah,
they made a feature-length film. What?
How do you find that? Because you look up Power Rangers in Space and it's the episode. Yes. Whoever hasn't seen that, Power Ranger fans, watch it. It's actually great. It's so fun.
So thank you, Boken, for letting this handsome young gentleman, find nostalgic film.
That's right.
Also for Ryan to show off his VHS collection.
That's right. We have to flaunt it.
All right. The Grid Battle Force released a statement saying Evox made evil clones of you and Roxy because in the second season of Human Blaze, Roxy seemed to be living their lives with these evil lookalikes. Oh my god!
I know, it's so sad. Not in a bad way or whatever, but definitely me and Liana pushed for that. We were because again, we didn't know. We were are we going to become Rangers? We had no idea, and obviously we couldn't say that until the show was over. But we were pushing for that. We were are we going to become green and pink or black and green or and so we really were trying to see what was going to happen with good Blaze and Roxy. But what we were told is it was going to be confusing for the kids if we were around both, which we disagreed with. But it's a production choice. I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing, and I think they just wanted to keep the focus on evil Blaze and Roxy. But definitely we were it's so fun to play good, and it was fun in episode 2, but then that was it, but I'm grateful because then, I come back for my episode for us it's 18, but I think for everybody else it's known as 19 on Netflix. But episode 19, I get to come back and be good Blaze for a second. So these little kind of hints going back in, it makes it more worth it, I guess, or more fun. So
Hasbro, right. Listen to me, Hasbro. Roxy and Blaze, public enemies. Let's make this a 5-episode miniseries where Grid Battle Force, because they snitched, Blaze and Roxy are on the run, have to
write this.
Switch up their names, and then we get Benjamin Blaze Button and Roxanne Jean or something like that. Let's get this going, and they go to Earth 2 for a little bit and then come back when the series finale hits.
Wow. Honestly, pitch it to Simon. Bring it for it'll be the reunion episode next season.
Cut the
Done.
check, Hasbro. Give us all 15%.
Exactly. You got to start writing it, and then they'll pay you.
We'll do one more. Molly.
Okay.
Hi, Colby. My name is Molly, and would Beast Morphers team would you come up for a team up? I think that's what she's asking.
I mean, yeah, of course. It's hard, like, yeah, even just like actual like team up, like reunion. It's kind of hard with Blaze and Roxy because I think that we would, it's hard to get scripts written and all those characters out back to New Zealand and us working and stuff. And again, a lot of us are part of SAG, like the union, so it's things like that that's kind of hard to work around. But I think that the Rangers are probably going to be chosen first. So unless it's written very specifically for the villains to come back. Also, I think we're dead. So I mean, I guess you can write it back and maybe we can come back. Maybe you can make an avatar and we come back as the original colors, which would be cool. But it would always be fun to go back to New Zealand. We talk about it. We would say yes in a heartbeat because it was such an amazing experience in New Zealand, and the cast and crew are just amazing. They're so amazing. So maybe there will be a team up. I don't think they're doing any team ups with Dino Fury, is what I've heard, because of COVID, which is unfortunate. Maybe they are, but that's what I'm hearing. But you never know. Let's see what next season has in store.
Might I suggest Hasbro, if let's just say once COVID's over and some of that, we do a team up. You get Blaze and Roxy, the green and black suits.
Hey.
Also, if you want to do like a mistaken identity story, just do what Double Impact did with that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Have them all mirror each other, and then boom, you have a regular Blaze and Roxy and clone Blaze and Roxy. There you go.
Oh my gosh, amazing. You have so many ideas. You have to pitch them all to Simon, and he'll do it.
We'll do this is actually the last one. So it's actually funny.
Last one. What
was it like holding Snide Sword? Campbell's sword, technically.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Guys, I'm really bad. Like, I should be a better fan. Like, wait, Snide Sword, when was I holding it?
First episode.
When the team up?
Yeah, the first team up episode.
Do I pick it up? What do I do with it?
Yeah, you pick it up.
Amazing. I'm so terrible. I have no idea. Was I morphed? Wait, I was morphed.
No, I think you were unmorphed.
This
was
is
it
part
when we were in
one.
the field? Oh, was it like blown up and we were like walking around? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's super cool. Now, I didn't know Snide at the time, but again, you have like Zed's sword, like like his staff, like you have that stuff. Like, again, it's just like my childhood self is freaking out because I'm like, this isn't real. Like, I'm in New Zealand, like, picking up like Zed's sword, and like we're surrounded by everybody's stuff, and a lot of it is what I had, like I'm acting with the new Goldar or whatever, and I was like, this is my childhood, So it's always like an honor, and those things really bring you back and humble you and say, make you so grateful to be a part of it.
Yes. Oh, our youngest fan's here. He wants to say hi to you. So he says, Aiden McCartney, our youngest fan, says, Yo Blaze. Oh, hi Aiden.
Hi Aiden.
All right, guys. So pretty much that's it. So thank you guys so much for a special interview. And Colby, where can he find you in social media?
Yeah, I am on Twitter, but I haven't been on very much. But you can follow that, Colby J Strong, but I'm on Instagram all the time. So if you guys want updates, like I'm on all the time, Colby James Strong on Instagram. And yeah, come follow along. You'll see soon when I can announce my next project and see what else I'm up to. So
yes. Oh, and before we leave, Campbell says goodbye and says hi again. Great seeing you.
I know, it's so sad. I miss all of them so much, and you just don't keep in contact. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you become Facebook friends or whatever, but it's need to get back out to New Zealand. It'll happen soon.
And my good partner Leo, the pitch guy. Or can you find you?
Pitchman. Y'all can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at @TheReckless_Fox, YouTube Reckless_Fox, and find all my latest game content on Twitch.tv/RecklessFox. If you want more content, myself and a few other Morphin Network guys, we do our own video game podcast every Sunday. Follow us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Breaker Audio at the Scruckle Gaming Podcast. There you go. Ryan, where can they find you?
Instagram, DancerBoy247, and please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at the Morphin Network. All right, guys, this is the Morphin Network. We're signing out. Thank you again, Colby. It was an honor for having you.
You guys are the best. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. I hope everybody had a good time. I know I did.
Yes. All right, guys, so this is Morphin Network, and we'll do our goodbye wave. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Today's Morphin Network video is brought to you by Karson's Korner. Karson's Korner is a black LGBTQ owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises. These franchises include King of the Hill, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and of course, most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at www.carsonscorner.com.